FamCast Media. Bitch. Talk, motherfucker. Get down with it, identity. Shitting all over one that fake bitches. Man, I kinda smoking dank, kicking ass on the side. Bringing that flavor, she elevating the vibe. Boom, bitty, bye, bye. Who's getting high? Everybody is bitch. Watch our time flies with that real talk with a steel cog. Taste it, cheers with a twist and your chin on your face is podcast basics, aced it, going ape shit. Up the ante when they blaze and I take it in. From the gays to the scum to the friends. Every Wednesday when the day ends, all enemies wish they had this energy. This is Ratt Talk, catch an ice bag injury. Y'all moving like a motherfucking centipede. We accelerate just to devastate the industry. Horse got the boss sweet, this could be the enemy. Turn that fucking mic on, I guess we'll have to see.
Yeah, motherfuckers, it's another episode of Ratt Talk. Woo!
Oh, yeah.
Where my kids at?
God, where are my kids?
Where my kids?
Oh wait, I don't have kids.
Oh
shit, I'm a little hot.
Yeah.
Where are my kids? Oh my god, the other day I had Can you hear me okay? You didn't even sound check my mic, huh?
Huh?
Do I sound okay? Can you hear me? I can't hear me.
You can't hear you?
Yeah, but if you can hear me.
Yeah, you sound fine to me.
All right. Well, okay.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah, there I am. The other day I woke up super stressed because I totally forgot that I had to do a research paper and it was due soon for a class, and then I realized I'm not even in school.
Yeah, that would make a big difference, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I was just like, oh shit, I can't believe I forgot about this paper. I don't know, like, I can't even relax in my dreams. Like, I stress about random ass bullshit. All my dreams are just me stressing about shit that doesn't even exist.
Your fucking dreams stress me out, okay?
Why?
Huh?
How?
Because they're very stressed. You wake me up and tell me about them in great detail, and I'm like, dude, how do you even remember that dream? Like, I literally woke up 2 seconds ago, and I can't even tell you what the fuck I dreamt about.
It's because you smoke weed, and I don't.
Yeah.
I have very stressful, weird-ass dreams.
I've had some pretty lucid dreams, though. I've had dreams.
Oh, I love having lucid dreams.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's... I've heard that the trick to lucid dreaming, because once you realize you're dreaming, it's kind of hard to stay in it. But if you spin around...
Fuck, not me, dude. I get stuck in my lucid dreams.
Really?
Yes.
Well, for some people, it's hard to stay in their lucid dreams. But one trick that I've heard, and I've tried it before, is in your dream, you literally spin around in circles.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, it kind of disorients you, at least tricks your brain into your being disoriented, and you can kind of still lucid dream. But then after a while, it's like, okay, I only got so much time, so what am I going to do? I usually will like crawl on the wall like Spider-Man or something. Like, what can I do right now? That's my go-to. I start crawling on the walls.
No, yeah. Once I realize that I'm dreaming and lucidly and everything, like, yeah, I can't. It's actually the only time that it's really ever happened was when I've been so exhausted, like so sleep deprived, that like even if I try to wake myself up, I'm not waking up just because my body is so goddamn tired. And like when I do wake up and realize that I am actually awake, the first thing I want to do is go back to sleep.
Have you ever had like a sleep paralysis moment?
No.
I've had that once, and it was really terrifying. I literally, because it was crazy, because it was almost like I could feel my body laying in bed, and I was aware of.
Wait,
like,
did you share this on the Ratt Talk page?
Oh no, I didn't.
Wow.
Sorry, I was distracted.
You got one job on this fucking show.
Dude, I'm sorry.
Other than show up and
Look
be
cute.
a voice and look cute. Yeah, exactly.
All right, I'm sharing. Public.
Multitask. What were you saying?
Having sleep paralysis.
Yes.
I had it was just a weird sort of feeling, because I was trying to wake myself up because it was a very, very kind of stressful, scary dream. And I was just like, you know what? I'm dreaming. Fuck this shit. I'm out. I don't need to feel like this. But like I was stuck. Like I couldn't, like I was trying to feel my body in bed and remember the room, the way the room looked around me, to try to bring myself.
You were trying to remember the barbecue?
Remember the barbecue.
Remember the barbecue.
Obscure Rick and Morty references. But no, I was trying to remember the room around me to try to do anything to bring me back and out of my dream and into the room. But it was like I could not. I felt my body, but I couldn't move my body. Like I was aware, like the way I was laying, like I felt my body laying on the bed. I felt like, you know, the way my body was positioned, but I could not bring myself to move my body.
Yeah, no, I don't get that way. I know that I'm dreaming, and I'm like, I want this dream to be done, and I try so hard to wake up, but it's just not happening. And when I do wake up, it's literally for like a split second, and I'm back asleep, and I'm like,
that's weird.
Yeah. Like I feel stuck in my dreams. And the first couple times it's happened to me, I kind of panicked, but then I realized like, no, it's just my body. I'm asleep. I'm just really fucking tired. And then get this: as soon as I accept the fact that I'm asleep and I should just just roll with it, can't remember anything when I wake up. When I finally wake up, it's it. All I remember is the stress of trying to wake up, and that's it.
I remember the stress of trying to wake up, but I also remember bits and pieces of the dream. Especially if it was a very stressful kind of dream, because it affected me emotionally. So I can kind of more or less, there are certain details that I don't remember, and then after a while I completely forget. But if it's especially something just irritating, I'll remember.
Yeah.
I hate when I have work dreams too.
Well, of course, that's the worst.
Ugh.
But welcome to the show, everybody. It's Rat Talk. I'm your host, Matt the Rat. This is Amanda Cano.
Hi.
That was a nice little long intro that we got. That was probably the longest intro that we've done so far.
It was cute banter.
Yeah. It worked out just right.
It was authentic. It just felt like, I don't know.
It felt real. You know what I fucking forgot to do before the show?
What?
Is look up all the sports shit that I was going to talk about.
Sports,
Totally
sports,
forgot.
Go team, yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I'm referring to when I do that, right?
What?
The sports. Go sports, yeah.
Negative.
No?
Nancy.
There was a show, Garfunkel and Oates.
Yes. I showed you that show.
You did?
Yes.
Oh, shit. God.
Yes,
Sorry.
I showed yes, yeah.
That's what happens when
you
you've been... I thought my friend showed me the show, Marissa.
No.
Well, then you...
No, I remember you talking about that, too, actually. You were like, hey, Marissa tried telling me about Garfunkel and Oates, and I was like, hot. Too bad I beat her there.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I feel like it would be shit that she'd be into. And, like, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But for those of you who haven't seen it, one of the episodes, they do, like, sing-songy kind of stuff.
They're a comedy duo.
And they do, like, comedic little duet songs, and they're super cute, and they're really kind of funny off the wall. But one of them is, like, a sports theme. And it kind of just mocks the whole, like, go sports team, yeah. Like
girls not knowing what sports are.
Not necessarily girls, but just in general. Because people get so into sports and so into their teams, and it's like sometimes it's all kind of just the same thing. Like they feel like there's a certain amount of unity that unifies them.
It's not the same thing. Don't fucking ever say that.
What?
Not every sport is the same. No, of course no sport is the same.
How are sports not the same?
They're not the same.
How?
Because in fucking basketball, you're throwing a ball in a hoop. In football, you're carrying a ball to the end zone. In baseball, you're throwing a ball over home plate and hitting that shit.
Okay, so you said that they all involve a ball, and they all have teams, and you have people who
Horse racing doesn't involve a ball. That's a sport.
Okay. So not all sports involves balls. A lot of them do. But
your balls.
Most sports with teams have uniforms and have stadiums or arenas that you go to, and you have people who also wear the same jerseys, and they're all together, and they're like, yeah. Go Raiders! Go Raiders! It's a unifying
I guess that's
thing.
a common California thing that you hear pretty often.
And how about when you fucking see a mob of people coming up with Dodger uniforms? You know, it's a unified thing. And I'm not saying I don't like sports, because I like baseball and I enjoy sports. So I'm just thinking it's like, I like making fun of the idea that everybody's like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, sports. Oh yeah, the football thing. The football, they scored the points and they brought the ball to the end zone and.
Yeah, with the football and the fucking
I take the football. I was gonna try to do a Bill Cosby thing.
Oh my god!
All right, never mind. Oh god! Hi, all those listening on the live feed. I appreciate y'all being here.
Yes, thank you.
We're ready to acknowledge the live feeders.
Yeah, feed on this dude. What? What were you saying? Sorry.
I was just talking about the live feeders, people enjoying on the live feed. Thank you, Steven, for being here.
But yes, you know what? There's a fucking. I like to talk about sports. So what?
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
I just
talking shit.
I have to like mock the
and
idea.
they're not the fucking same. No.
I'm not saying all sports are the same. I'm just mocking the idea of like sports.
I mean, do you know what?
What?
You are a Harry Potter fan.
Yeah.
And you like RuPaul's and everything. Yeah. And you care about that. You seriously think that shit is real. That is literally fake. A. And B. It's kind of hypocritical to be like, oh yeah, you know, horror sports. When we could easily be like, I'm a fucking Harry Potter nerd. Look at my glasses.
So, yeah, look at your glasses, by the
I
way.
know, I got fucking
Anyone
glasses.
on the live feed who's or watching us later on YouTube, Matt the Rat got some new spectacles.
Yes. Spectacles, testicles.
Wallet and watch.
Wallet and watch. I don't have my watch on, but I should have worn my watch.
There you go. But yeah, you look handsome. I like him. But I'm not actually mocking the idea of sports. I just think it's funny. She's like, okay, now we're going to talk sports. And then I think sports. Go team. Yeah. It's just the first thing that comes into my mind. So I'm sorry for offending you. But you know what?
I am offended.
All right. Yeah, sports.
You're not allowed in any of my sporting stuff now.
Boo. You know, that's really not fair for you to tell me that like drag queens and like Harry Potter, that's all fake, because you like wrestling and you like fake tits and you still enjoy those, even though you know all of that shit's fake.
Yeah, but it's exactly. I'm not.
It's fun to watch, apparently.
No, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is very fun to watch.
Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm.
I heard. You told me.
Hey, you know what? I just had to put you in your place at that point. All right.
You gotta put me in shit.
I gotta put you in. You know.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, talk shit, get hit, punk.
Oh, what's up, fool? Let's go then.
Oh man.
Jeez, you're so lucky I'm not jealous.
Why?
Because I'm not like...
Jealous of what? What have I done?
No, I mean like I joke around. You joke around about liking fake tits. And like I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm offended, I'm hurt. Like, leave.
Are people actually like that?
Jealous people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I know jealous people, but I mean, like, is there a more majority of jealous people than we actually think of?
There's a lot of women who are jealous that won't let their boyfriends, husbands, fiancés do certain things.
So, did you see the video? I just heard this on your mom's house, but I specifically remember the clip, and it was the chick, and they're on their airplane, and she's beating the shit out of her boyfriend or whatever. Who else is there?
Someone's beating the shit out of their
yeah,
boyfriend?
but the reason why she beat the shit out of him is because I guess she caught him looking at other girls in the terminal, in the airport terminal. So they walked onto the airplane arguing already. Mm-hmm. And then and then I guess he said some shit to her, and she got up and started beating the shit out of him.
No. I mean, that's not really funny, but...
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
I mean...
Well, because, they were fucking... They're all funny. Ghetto and shit. She was all, she was a big Latina girl, but she talked like this, and she was all, fuck that, fool. You gonna fucking... come on this fucking trip with me, and you're gonna check out other bitches? Fuck that.
I mean, that is funny.
You a fucking bitch, fool.
Yes, that is funny.
Yeah.
I guess the point I'm trying to make is...
Yeah, that was funny.
I mean, yes, that impression was hilarious. It was horribly bad, and I appreciate it.
What do you mean that was horribly bad? That was pretty fucking accurate, if you ask me.
No.
But at the end of it, because everybody always quotes this part, she was like, fuck you, Memo.
Fuck you, Memo?
Yeah, Memo.
Memo?
Yeah. You know Memo. Everybody has a memo. Don't you have a memo?
No.
You don't have a memo? No, it's just a very common Mexican-American name.
Nope.
Yep.
I don't have one. I can't say I have one.
But no, they just talked about that shit on your mom's house.
It reminds me. There's this video I saw of some chick who was like some like a trippy ass girl with a Nas balloon sitting in the car. And she's like, hey, fill up my balloon, fool. Fill her up. Oh, shit, the security.
Mm-hmm.
That one was kind of funny. That was like...
Or what the one where it's another bigger girl, and she's smoking weed. She takes a big old rip, and then right before she blows out, she goes like, she catches out herself and stop.
Mm-hmm.
And her caption was, almost got caught up by the cops right now. She's smoking weed and almost blew it out in front of a cop. That was a funny one.
That is
Ghetto
funny.
bitches.
That's funny.
But why were we talking about that again?
We're talking about ghetto bitches because we were talking about sports.
Yeah, we went past sports, though. I was asking you how... Wait, what was it?
I don't remember. Okay, let's figure... I feel like that's such a reoccurring theme on our podcast. We go on tangents. And
I haven't even started smoking yet.
I know,
I'm already
right?
started this
All
shit.
right, so we're talking about ghetto
Fuck,
bitches.
I need a notepad. That's what I need to start doing. I just need to start taking notes during the podcast and not losing my shit.
But why did we start talking about ghetto bitches?
Dude. Why did we start talking about ghetto bitches, people? Remind us, and then we'll get back to it. But we can keep talking about ghetto bitches. That's a good topic.
I think we were talking about jealous bitches.
Yeah.
That was one thing I was saying. You're lucky I'm not jealous.
Yes.
And then we were talking about wrestling and fake tits.
Yes.
And then we were talking about sports before that.
Yeah, so we went from sports to fake tits to jealous bitches.
To jealous bitches.
Then to chunties.
And then chunty ass girls. Okay, cool. I'm glad we established it. See, go us. We figured it out.
But yes, I know you're not a fucking jealous bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you.
You're welcome. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I like to think I'm pretty, I'm chill and independent.
Yeah, I'm not like that. So, that fucking guy you were talking to earlier?
Which one?
I gotta stab him.
Which one?
Oh, wait, that's your beer.
That's
this
my
is
beer.
my beer.
Don't touch my beer. But yeah, so you don't have a sports segment today?
Yes, I do. I was gonna do a sports segment.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
What, do you want me to start off with that? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, no, I was just wondering where we're going from here.
I like doing it at the end because I feel like at the end is when the conversation's dead.
Do it.
And I can just ramble and stuff.
All right.
Yeah, and you know what? I like sports, so fuck you.
All right. Cool.
All right.
No, I just wondering where you're going from here.
Well, I'm not going anywhere. I live here, so.
Okay.
But how was your week, babe?
Week was good.
Let's get into our week now.
All right,
we're into
cool.
our weekly talk.
I like to let you kind of lead where we're going if we're changing over.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, because I know you like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that. Ooh, I like that.
My week
like
was
when you follow my lead.
my
That's
week
right,
was
Daddy leads the pack.
My week was okay. Fucker. My week was
yeah, because Daddy knows what's up. Okay, how was your week?
Okay, I can't even think how my week was at this point.
You know my week's gone to shit now.
Last week we had the Apollos on, right?
Yes. Yeah, that was our show. No. Last week was another solo episode. Just
that was a solo episode? Oh, and then the week before that was
us.
Apollos?
Yep. It's been 2 weeks, babe. Thank you for paying attention.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry. I'm just really... whatever.
I'm just kidding.
So I really didn't do... Oh, I took off Friday and Saturday because I thought we were going to Adult Swim Fest.
Yes. We did not go to Adult Swim Fest.
We did not go to Adult Swim Fest. What did we do?
We can seriously... Now that I'm realizing it, all we literally have to do is recap the weekend. So what do we do this weekend? I mean,
mostly my weekends are
boring. Because now that we do the shows on Thursday,
yeah,
we do this on Thursdays, obviously.
Right.
So we go from
But
Friday.
if it's just a weekend recap, it's kind of boring for me sometimes because most weekends I just work and I work and I work and it's shitty and I complain about work and that's just kind of...
Well, when you do those weeks, I'll just ask you, how was work?
Okay. Or I can just try to talk about other shit. But this weekend
No, I'll ask you how's work and then we'll do in between.
Okay. But Friday, what did we do Friday? Oh,
I know what we did Friday. What did we do Friday?
What did we do Friday? I remember what we did Saturday. What did we do Friday?
Mm-hmm. You don't remember what we did Friday?
What did we do Friday?
We went to a party.
We went to a party.
Yes. Little blonde girl.
Oh, the little blonde girl. Yes.
Blonde girl that we all
I'm sorry. I got a little drunk that weekend or that Friday, so my memory's hazy. God, that was that long.
Well,
ago?
first of all, yeah, that long. It was this fucking weekend.
Dude, I need to stop
It
drinking,
was like
man.
5 days ago.
I don't even remember what I had for breakfast. Like, okay. Oh yeah, we went to Destiny's.
Fuck, Friday,
party?
man. That must have been like 10 years ago. I'm pretty sure Friday happens.
That was a really fun night though. Yes. Destiny, our good friend Destiny, had a party. At her brothers, their family, their business. They have a warehouse.
Yes, their family business.
So they have a warehouse, and
well, it's not necessarily a warehouse, but it's a business.
Yeah, but
it's an air conditioning business that they have.
Yeah, but in the office where they have, the office that they had the space in was a good kind of space for a party. It was really cool.
Wait.
Oh my God, can you not?
Oh man.
Okay.
Fuck, dude. Your mom's house has a fart mic. And if I do it, I'm just gonna be stealing it.
All right.
I have to hit him up. I'm gonna have to message him and be like, "Hey, I do a podcast, and we would love to have a fart mic too, but we just want to get the okay from you guys." We have to beg. We have to beg for our segments.
Whatever. Anyway, party was cool.
The fart mic 2020. What?
Party was cool.
Mm-hmm. It was a fun party.
It was fun.
We both attended that, actually.
Yeah.
I was there, too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We kicked ass at beer pong, too. It's been a while for us.
It's been a while. But, yes, we did.
Yeah, we did really good. I came in clutch. I got my groove back with the beer pong. So that was pretty fun. We were killing it. Had our friends watching, and it felt really good too. Just kind of be like, "Oh yeah, you wait," because we had our buddy Edson who walked up and he's like, "Wait, you guys are losing? What? I've never seen you guys lose a game." And I was like, "Oh shit!" And that kind of put the pressure on because we were.
I mean, he's seen us lose. He's definitely seen us lose. I think he was just drunk those times.
I mean, maybe, but still, that was like, "Oh shit!" Okay, like we got to win, and we did, and that felt pretty cool. Overall, the party was a lot of fun. I took a lot of beer with me.
We technically lost that third match, though.
Which one?
The third one against Brian and...
We did?
Yeah, technically.
Why?
Because they made... Okay, so we made the last cup, and then they rebutted.
Uh-huh.
And then they made the cup again, and we didn't rebuttal.
Yeah, we did.
No, we didn't. Well...
Yeah, we did. We were dicking around, but they had left, and we were
right. Okay.
We were dicking around taking shots, and we were like, okay, well, we'll take the shots, and we missed them. But it's like, well, they're not here, so we're just gonna keep practicing our shots and whatever. And then they sang happy birthday, or they did something, and then we resumed the game.
Yeah. There's like activities.
Yeah,
and stuff
they kicked on the game. They're like, all right, it's you guys, it's your rebuttal, you shot. Because I remember this vividly because they put on Beastie Boys.
Yes.
And I was just like, I was just feeling it, and sunk the shot, and that was it. We were back in.
Which Beastie Boys?
I can't remember which one.
How do you know it was Beastie Boys then?
I feel like it was Beastie Boys.
Sing it.
I don't remember.
Come on, sing it.
No.
Why don't you want to sing it?
Because I don't know. I don't remember. I just remember a song was coming on, and I just was feeling the vibe.
And then we can't say it was Beastie Boys then.
Well,
because everybody knows the Beastie Boys.
What song was it then? Do you remember?
I don't know.
Well then, fuck, I don't remember.
I don't remember the song. You were the one that was like, yeah, and the song came on, and I was feeling it and grooving it. Well, what song was it?
I don't know.
That was you right now.
Fucking want to quiz me on shit? Like, dude, I didn't even remember what I did Friday, and now I'm recalling events. Like, it's like my memory is a little hazy. Okay, shit. Dude.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I think it was really nice too. That
it was No Sleep Till Brooklyn, by the way.
There you go.
That's the song.
Sing it.
No. It was No Sleep Till Brooklyn. And I sucked the shot, and then they couldn't come back from that, and we won.
They didn't come back from that, and we won.
Yeah. So it felt good. And then we were dancing around, having a good time. And then Edson ended up giving us a ride home. Oh, we stole a bunch of beer too.
Yes.
But we
didn't.
They said, "Hey, take the beer." They said, "Take whatever you want."
Yeah, well, no, actually, I just told Destiny, "Hey, we're gonna leave right now. Is it cool if we steal all the beer?" And then she turned around and looked at her brothers. It was like, "Just do it quick."
Really?
Yeah. I was
Oh,
like,
shit.
all right.
Oh, man. No, I guess
Yeah.
I didn't know that part. I was a little drunk. I pretty much drank like that whole bottle of tequila to myself. Other than a few shots that I poured for some people. I pretty much had the whole thing to myself.
I think I took one of those shots.
Yeah. I think I poured a couple of shots. But I had I think I stole like 8 beers on my persons.
No, you had a 12-pack. Or, well, we took a 12-pack.
We
that's
brought
for
a 12-pack.
I think it might have been more than a 12-pack, but
No, we brought a 12-pack.
like a 14-pack, maybe.
Something like that. But yeah, I took 8 beers with on my persons.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun. And then Saturday, party. Well, not really party, but had dinner with my dad, his girlfriend, and family friends.
Mm.
That felt really nice. And then
I watched The Mandalorian.
oh yeah, you watched Mandalorian,
Mm-hmm.
and you're all stoked about it.
Dude, that shit is so dope. It is so fucking good.
Mhm.
I watched that shit. Okay, so, well, this is gonna continue on until how the rest of the week goes. But yeah, The Mandalorian is fucking awesome.
That's cool.
It's a really good show. And that dude, that the character, the Mandalorian, badass, bro. Fucking badass.
Nice.
Like Boba Fett, but if Boba Fett could have a chance to be Boba Fett.
Yeah, so I didn't realize that a Mandalorian was like a bounty hunter.
Yes.
So
It's a clan.
yes, I didn't realize that. I didn't know what it was. So you showed me a meme of Boba Fett on a car, and I didn't get it. And then I was like, oh.
Oh, no. It was the meme that says, so you've heard of Elf on a Shelf. We'll
How
get
about-
ready for... And it was Boba Fett on the time machine
Yeah, and I'm thinking
from Back to the Future.
I'm thinking Boba Fett time machine. And he's like, what kind of car is that? I'm thinking, well, it's a DeLorean. What does that have to do with Boba Fett? And then I was like, oh. And then,
Yes, it's a Mandalorian on a DeLorean.
yeah, that I eventually got it, but I didn't know what a Mandalorian was.
Yes, a Mandalorian is an actual. Yes, it's a clan.
Every time
That's
I hear
why,
that,
yeah,
I think
you were
somebody
really
is saying
confused.
my
You're
name.
like, wait, I think, wait, isn't that guy isn't he the Mandalorian? I'm like, well, a Mandalorian is.
I'm just gonna say it right now. Every time has someone said a Mandalorian, it's triggered my ears to be like, huh? Because I hear who's a Mandalorian?
Huh.
Like some bitch I got a fucked up. I got to fuck up a Mandalorian. I don't know. It's just it. You know when you think you hear your name somewhere,
Yeah.
and you're like, huh? When people talk about Mandalorian, I keep thinking I'm hearing Amanda Lorian.
Hilarious.
No, I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, it's literally like it just kind of fucks with my ears.
It just confused you.
It's confusing a little bit. I mean, it just catches your ear. If somebody says something that sounds like your name,
But yeah, that show is fucking awesome.
that's cool.
It's a great show, and I love it, and I want to keep watching it. But we don't have fucking Disney Plus.
No, God, you. Okay.
If there isn't a Christmas deal in 2 weeks, I'm just gonna get it. I'm
No.
telling you now.
If there isn't a Christmas deal, I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, but I'm giving it 2 weeks. You're the one that's like, I'll just wait till Christmas.
I mean, not Christmas Day, but I want to wait until December. All right,
Yeah,
fuck
December's in 2 weeks.
it. Yeah, I know. Can I just get it for your birthday? Happy birthday. Can do that.
Man, I guess.
No, that doesn't sound as fun. Dude, your birthday's coming up.
Yeah.
Wait, hold up. Your mom
Oh, so that's why. Right. Look, and then Ryan.
and then
just
Ryan
joined.
joins. Wait, hold on. Okay. For those of you who don't know, so
Mom just ratted you out, Ryan.
so Ryan told Matthew that he can't give us his password to Disney Plus.
Well, no,
'cause
he
can't
didn't
share.
say he can't. He just
said
didn't give
he
it
just
to
did
me.
it.
Yes, he just didn't give it to me.
So, but he gave it to Angie.
Yeah, but he gave it to you, Mom.
What?
It's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're trying to get it.
Whatever. Oh, jeez.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, Angie just ratted him out.
Yeah, Mom just
stuff.
ratted you out, bro. That's what happened.
That's fun.
But yeah, it's seriously a fucking good ass TV show. It's a good show. It's a very good show. I'm kind of bummed that it's only 30 minutes, but I'm also glad because I can just catch it real quick and then
In
know.
increments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I'm down to watch it, but I want to actually watch it.
Yes, but also that same night that I saw all that shit, we went and saw a cover band.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of cover band?
It was a certain emo band that...
Oh, yeah? What was that band called that we went to together?
All right, so it was a Fall Out Boy cover band. Why you gotta...
Don't ever say that I don't love you. That's all I'm saying.
Whatever. I had fun.
It goes against my religion.
And
as
hey,
a metalhead.
you were talking to them after, and you're like, "Oh yeah, you guys sounded good. You guys were good. You guys were good."
Well, yeah, because they sounded solid. They did. They sounded good. It sounded like Fall Out Boy. It was impressive.
Yeah. It was fun.
But I also talked to you that the singer does sing out of his mouth.
He does. He sings out of the side of his mouth. It was a little bit.
And it was pretty funny, dude.
It was funny because, okay, so I'm sitting there, I'm standing up in the front, I'm enjoying myself. Of course, I know all the words to that album that they did. They performed Infinity, From Under the Cork Tree. They performed that song, that album in its entirety. And it was pretty, it was fun. And I knew all the words, and I was talking to people after the show, or some of the guys in the band. And, it sounds like there's tensions in the band from what I've gathered from talking to different people.
Really?
Kinda, yeah.
I mean, I didn't get into the drama of it, but if you were to tell me that each of those members were in 3 different cover bands, I would say, yeah, there's probably some sort of ego there. I
mean, I don't know if it's an ego thing, because one of the guitar player, he was pretty cool, but he was I feel like I know. I can kind of
get anybody that grooms his beard to look like the way he did is a fucking douchebag.
All right, he has this.
He's say it now.
He's in a System cover band.
Okay, he should stop cutting his beard that way. You should just let it grow out.
To each their own. But he was pretty cool. But I was talking to him, saying like, dude, like. He's like, yeah, I could.
He probably is a really cool guy, but the only reason why he does it that way is because he's part of because he is in so many other cover bands, so many other tribute bands that like, literally that style, the way he cuts it in, you could find a motherfucker in every single genre of music that he plays. Like, oh yeah, I know that guy. There is a guy in that that's into that band or whatever.
I mean, yeah, he was cool. It was cool talking to him for a second. Yeah, basically what he told me was, because I had said, like, oh, that was really cool. I liked when you guys played the album. And he said, he called me on it too. He said, yeah, but you didn't like the new songs as much. And I'm like, yeah, how'd you know? He's like, I could just tell you kind of stopped jamming out when it was like the new songs. And I was like, I'm sorry. Like, I really can't stand any of Fall Out Boy's new shit. I feel like they sold out. Like, I love all of their old shit when they were like, when they were, I liked when they were emo pop punk, when they would play fast and loud, and you could like have a little circle pit to it. But now everything is like dancey pop. And I said, if you guys did another night like this, but with their very first album, it would go off. It would go awesome. And he said, dude, I've been pushing to do that for so long, but the lead singer doesn't. The lead singer, the guy who sings out of the side of his mouth, wants to do all the new shit, all the dancey shit. So,
well, that's because he wants to be Fall Out Boy.
Yeah.
Because he wants to be Pete Wentz and
yeah. And I'm just thinking, like, dude, it would not make sense. If anything, if you guys are the only fucking Fall Out Boy cover band that's out there, you guys should play their old shit. Because not even Fall Out Boy plays their old shit anymore. So there's nowhere you can go to see that. So if anything, if anyone wants to hear their new shit, they're going to go buy tickets to go see Fall Out Boy. I'm not going to go pay to see Fall Out Boy anymore. I'm just not, because it's not. I don't like their new songs that they put out.
I would also like to plug their name.
Yeah.
So what are they called? What do they call themselves?
Far Out Boy.
I'm sorry, one more time.
Far Out Boy.
And all these guys are Asian, right?
No.
Far Out Boy.
You talk so much shit.
Hello, everyone. We are Far Out Boy.
You talk so much shit. I can't with you.
Oh, man. I just thought that was it's a fucking hilarious name. All right, it's
hilarious name.
Hilarious.
It's a hilarious name.
Hilarious name. Yes, I fucking said what I said. I know what I said. All right, it's hilarious
Whatever.
because it's funny as fuck.
It was cool though. It was cool, but Fullerton fucking sucks. You went outside to go get your cigarettes or whatever, your weed.
Oh yeah, I went outside,
and then they're like, "Oh, it's $5 to get in." And we're like, "What? I was just in there."
Just in
and
there.
I literally go outside. I'm like, "Hello, hi," and he's like, "Well, he can't go back in." I was like, "What the fuck?" Fucking douche. Yeah.
Fucking security.
And then we got a fucking parking ticket
for parking in a parking lot that had no signs that said we had to pay for parking.
Yeah. So dumb.
Yeah.
So fuck Fullerton, and then worked Sunday. And the rest of the week was kind of boring.
Well, Sunday was a good day for me because I decided that I was finally going to catch up on the Watchmen.
Oh yeah,
which is the new show on HBO.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my fuck, it is so good. It is.
I thought you were skeptical at first.
No. I was never skeptical about it. I just said what I told you was fuck the one thing I don't like about the series. It's not like I'm not skeptical about this or anything. It's a good fucking show. It's great. One thing that I do not like is that a certain character who was a very pivotal person in the movie and in the comics, and he was the guy that you kind of rooted for.
Yes.
His representation in the new series are the bad guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't like that because, I mean,
but like not like oh he's the bad guy or like according to the law and everything. Like no, like you watch the show and you're like fuck these people. I hate these people.
Yeah.
I don't want these people to win.
Yeah.
Whereas in the comic book and in the movies, the character that represents that person.
Yeah, I know the people you're talking about.
Yeah, you rooted for that.
Are you trying to avoid spoilers at this point?
Well, I want to get into the show and explain
got
everything that is going on.
Gotta get it.
Yes.
Okay, I was like, I know who you're talking about now because I watched that 3.5 hour movie with you.
It was 2 hours and 45 minutes.
I thought it was like 3.5 hours.
No, it's 2 hours and 45.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Because I just looked it up.
Dude, I've watched that movie.
You know, it's
literally for a whole month straight.
It's 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Yes, it's 2 hours 45. Well, 2 hours and some it's 2 hours and something.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Positive.
I'm going to say 2 hours and 45 because that's usually the time frame that I give it.
Okay. Well, I just Googled it and it said it's 3 hours and 35 minutes.
Is that the original movie or the director's cut?
It just says 2009. So I don't know.
3 hours and 45 minutes?
3 hours and 35 minutes. That's what this one
3
says.
hours and 35. Yeah, that's not true.
Okay. So you're saying that Google is wrong?
Yes.
Okay. Are you sure? Are you going to Google it yourself?
I'm going to IMDb it because that's what I looked it up on. Because who looks at Google for their shit?
Yeah, Google. Sure. IMDb that shit.
Mm-hmm. I am. Don't worry. I am.
Let's see. Because I just pulled it up on Google and there it was. It said it was 3 hours and 35 minutes. Where do you even find it? I've never even looked up a movie.
Right here. 2 hours and 42 minutes, bitch. Rated R. 2009, rated R, 2 hours, 42 minutes. Boom. Got it.
Okay, but then why does Google say one thing?
Because Google is probably doing the director's cut with special features. Like the entire thing. The entire...
I suppose. Yeah, because look, it says 3 hours, 35 minutes for...
Yeah, that's probably, again, that's probably with deleted scenes and all the extras and everything because it is 2 hours and 42 minutes.
God, but can you imagine them doing a 3.5 hour movie? My God. It was a long movie.
Endgame was that? Well, almost. Endgame was definitely 3 hours. Dude, The Godfather was 4.5.
I know.
How pissed off do you think those people were who went into The Godfather and 3.5 hours in, they were like, dude, this movie's still fucking on?
Mm-hmm.
I think about those things. But no, so I started watching The Watchmen, and I finally got you to watch the movie.
Yeah.
And you even flipped through the comic book finally.
Yeah.
Because I have all that shit. I loved The Watchmen when of course, the first time I ever saw it was the movie, because I'm a product of my generation. We watch movies, we don't read books.
Mm-hmm.
So the first introduction was the movie, and then and then as soon as I saw the book, as soon as I saw that it was the complete series of the Watchmen, I was like, I have to have that. So I got it, bought the comic book, read the comic book, watched the movie, loved it, and it was seriously like a tradition for me where I at least read Watchmen and watched the movie once every single year. Ever since I had discovered the movie and read the book, it has literally been watch the movie, a couple months go by, read the book.
Mm-hmm.
And then a couple months go by, watch the movie, a couple months go by, read the book.
So I watched the movie and then I flipped through the comic, and it is truly done shot for shot.
Mm-hmm.
It's really, really cool opening
Yes, the movie was awesome, and that was one thing that I really appreciated about it after I read the comic book. Like, I loved the movie more than I loved the comic book when I first read it.
And then you read the comic and you were like, oh shit, this is like literally the movie.
Yes, except for one detail, which I'll get into. But now with the show, and now that I know it's following the comic, I love the comic book more than the movie. So when I was first introduced to the movie and the comic book, I preferred the movie.
Okay.
Zack Snyder's Watchmen, 2009, Jeffrey Dean Morgan and all those people, I loved that. The storyline for that I preferred over the comic book story. Now, the comic book story is very close to the movie. The only difference is that in the movie, they make the enemy to be Dr. Manhattan.
In the movie. Okay, yeah.
In the movie, yes. At the end of the movie, the thing that saves the world is they make an enemy out of Dr. Manhattan.
Yes.
However, in the comic book, he just zaps an alien squid in the middle of the city, and people are afraid of extraterrestrial...
Dr. Manhattan?
No.
No, okay.
No, Adrian Veidt. You'd have to get into that. I'm not trying to give too much detail. I'm not going to explain the fucking Watchmen right now.
Instead, it's...
It's been out since 2009. You should have watched it already.
No, I'm not saying for spoilers. Adrian, that was the
Osmondeus.
Osmandius.
Yes, Osmondeus.
Osmandius.
I mean...
I knew. Okay, well... God, I wish it would be really... If I was drunker, it would be really funny if I did a drunk retelling of the movie The Watchmen.
Well, fucking butt chug, bitch.
I mean, I could still do it, but it's going to be a really bad retelling, and it just won't be as drunk, but it'll be pretty bad.
No, it's a good movie.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. So awesome, and it kind of...
And I preferred it over the comic book. Mm-hmm. Now, on Sunday, I binged watch all the episodes. It was 4 episodes that was on, and I think there's like 2 left after that. Like, I think it's only going to be... The first season's only 6 episodes, usually. So I think there's only a few episodes left, but I thought right now is a perfect time for me to catch up and to get into it again. The comic book is now my favorite storyline because that's what the show follows. The show follows the comic book.
So there's aliens in the show?
Remember, there was never a real alien invasion.
In the comic?
Yes.
So the alien that's in the end of the comic isn't a thing?
What are you talking about?
I thought you said there was like a squid monster at the end, like an alien squid monster thing.
Yes, but it wasn't an actual invasion. That alien didn't go, that's Earth, I'm going to fuck it up right now.
Oh, so the alien thing that was just zapped there was just like, oh, I'm chilling here. And then America thinks, alien invasion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that was Adrian Veidt's plan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so where does the show take place and all of that?
Today. So that comic book takes place in...
So it's post-alien invasion? Okay.
That comic book takes place in 1985.
Mm-hmm.
The show takes place in 2019.
Okay. So we're living in a world where they remember 9/11 as like the day that the aliens invaded.
Yes. They remember it as November 2nd.
Okay. November 2nd, when
Yes.
aliens showed up. Da 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 da.
Yes.
But there are people who know the truth that it wasn't an alien invasion. It was
There are
Osmondeus fucking
there
with
are
everybody.
only 3 people that know that it was Osmondeus
in the in the show.
in the show, and there are the same 3 people that know Osmondeus at the end of the Watchmen comics.
So the only people that know are Silk Spectre,
Mm-hmm.
Night Owl,
Mm-hmm.
and does Ozymandias count?
No.
Dr. Manhattan.
Yes. Because Osmondeus did it.
So does Rorschach? What about Rorschach?
What do you mean? What about Rorschach?
Because in the
You saw what happened to Rorschach.
so Rorschach doesn't exist in the show.
What do you mean he doesn't exist?
Okay, I guess that's okay. In the comic, okay.
Well, let me tell you this then, sister. If you're confused about where I'm watching it and how I feel, then maybe you should have been watching the fucking show with me.
Well, you told me not to.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't.
Because you never watched the movies or anything.
So I watched the movie, so now I have a little bit more insight, and I know what the fuck's going on a little bit more. We know that Rorschach, I guess, in the movie and in the comic, got zapped. So he was killed.
Yes.
So he wouldn't reveal the truth.
Yes.
Does that also apply into the TV show? We don't know.
I don't know.
Because you haven't watched that far yet, or
The show hasn't gotten that far yet.
okay, but we
The
do.
only mention that they have of a actual Rorschach himself
is the mask that they found in somebody's car, right? I think I caught that part of the show when you were watching it.
No.
No? They
Well,
didn't?
I mean, obviously, yes. There is this group of people who are wearing Rorschach's mask,
Like they're
and
KKK
they call it
or something.
they call it a Rorschach mask. However, the only mention of the actual Rorschach himself, okay, because we know that Rorschach wasn't a fucking white supremacist who was trying to cleanse
No,
the world
he was
and
the
kill all the race
exact-
traders and everything.
He was the exact opposite from what I
Yes.
got. He was like the most badass, like wanting truth and justice.
Yeah, so when you're watching the show, that's what the impression you're getting of Rorschach is like, oh, like the people who are inspired him, he inspired all the white supremacists.
He inspired the white supremacists.
Well, no, he didn't inspire the white supremacists, but the white supremacists are using his likeness to represent themselves.
Oh, okay.
And the reason why has to do with the journal.
Because okay. So maybe they had like a weird sort of like interpretation of his journal, kind of like we have a weird
Something like that, because the only mention of, again, getting back to what I was just about to say, the only mention of Rorschach himself, the actual Rorschach that we know from the comic books, was a kid who threw his book in the slideshow when they're having a mission brief. They're called the 7th Cavalry. And the 7th Cavalry are the people who wear the Rorschach masks. So it's a mission brief of the 7th Cavalry. And then, boom, it says Rorschach's Journal. It's a book that goes. And the guy's like, what the fuck is this doing up here? And the little intern's like, well, they wear the Rorschach mask. So wouldn't you want to look at where their inspiration got it from? And he's like, what the fuck are we in, the 80s? Get that shit off the screen. So the only thing that we know about Rorschach is that that his ideals and from the book itself, they were killed decades before.
his ideals.
So the real significance of the journal that it was supposed to be that Rorschach himself wanted of the book was killed. It was pretty much mixed
essentially
up.
We can assume that his journal was found in the 80s. And that it was
it was
almost like played the
fuck out of. It was
published.
Yes, it was published in the 80s.
Okay.
And it was played the fuck out of.
And people are like, get that out of here, it doesn't matter.
In the 90s, and then all of a sudden these white supremacists come around, but they're wearing Rorschach masks. And all we know about Rorschach is that he's a fucking nut job who had this weird conspiracy theory that somebody caused the alien to drop as opposed to we were actually invaded.
See, I feel like it's very kind of ties to like religion or like a weird religious cult almost.
Yes.
So
Yes,
Rorschach
and
is
there's
like
and
Jesus.
there's reference of that in the show.
Yeah, I feel like Rorschach is like Jesus, and he's
No.
Well,
They
not-
don't know. They don't worship Rorschach at all.
Okay.
The only thing they do is wear his mask.
I'm not gonna say. Okay, wrong. Okay, not like Jesus or anything.
No, but you're saying that they look to Rorschach as a martyr.
No,
Is that what you're saying?
No.
That they look at the inspiration
No.
from Rorschach?
no, that's not what I was trying to say. No,
Then you had the wrong analogy.
I guess the wrong.
Yeah,
but what
that
I'm
was
saying,
completely wrong.
what I'm saying, it's somebody who died, and there's a book about him or a book that he wrote that
Mhm.
people are taking and they're twisting the words around, like people twist around the words to the Bible, and they're twisting it to their own racist agendas.
Mm-hmm.
Which is not what he intended, but they're
Yes.
twisting the shit out of what he's saying.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
Rorschach is probably going to come back. Like, Jesus is probably going to come back. And he's going to be like, dude, y'all motherfuckers got it wrong.
Do you really think Rorschach's going to come back?
I don't know. Maybe.
Do you really think Rorschach's going to come back?
In the show? I don't know. Do you know?
Yeah, I know. No, he is not. He's not going to fucking come back.
Well,
Are you
okay.
kidding me? You saw what happened to them. What happened to him? The only person that John knows how to fucking reassemble is himself.
I mean, yeah, but
Yeah, he doesn't know how to fucking reassemble other people. He's having trouble creating life of his own, which you would know if you'd watch the show.
well, maybe there's a breakthrough and maybe he does come back. I don't know. I'm saying you
One
didn't.
thing for sure is Dr. Manhattan does come back because they teased it in the
Yes.
early HBO stuff where, yeah, like the world, like, again, it was all shitty and everything, but you saw Dr. Manhattan, like, walking around in the streets and you were like, oh, fuck.
I guess what I'm trying to say is don't rule anything out because this is kind of its own whole thing. Yes, it follows the comics.
No, this is the really great, beautiful thing about the Watchmen is that it really emphasizes the fact that this could be real life.
Yeah.
This can actually happen right now. So the whole idea of people can come back from the dead, like, yeah, that's, you know what, that's silly comic book shit.
Mm-hmm.
This comic book is not silly.
The
at all.
show
It's- yeah,
isn't anything to
Well,
do with.
no, this comic where it roots from.
Yeah.
This comic is the root, and the whole idea is that these fucking people were flesh and blood, just like we are.
Yeah.
All
Like,
of
these aren't
all of these
superheroes, they're
people, yeah. Even though,
vigilantes.
and the only superhero, the only super
Manhattan.
hero is Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah.
And he became that way through a very freak accident of experimental portals and everything.
Okay.
Like,
I guess is it exact? Have they referenced at all to Dr. Manhattan, not Dr. The Rorschach being dead? Because all we've heard of mention of him, like you said, was his journal and the masks. At the beginning,
one more time. It is directly rooted from the comic book. So let's say that the comic book was the show. That already happened.
okay,
So Rorschach is dead. And the
Okay.
reason why we know this is because, spoiler alert, Silk Spectre comes into the show. She's in the show. She's a main character of the show.
okay,
And she explains everything and says, no, everything that happened in the comic book is what happened.
that's what I was asking. That's what I was getting at. That's what I wanted to know. Is have you
I
had?
said that literally 3 times, though. I
But
said
you-
the show follows the comic
But-
book. The show is a sequel to the comic book.
Uh-huh.
The show itself, the reason why I like the comic book more is because the show is directly from the comic book.
Who says? Where's your evidence? You just told me. I didn't realize that it was like strictly confirmed, or was that your just stern belief that this is going to
again,
continue
I'm
on?
not trying to spoil it too much for
Okay.
people that are trying to watch it.
Okay. Well, that makes more sense. So it's not like, because you're saying that the timeline makes sense, but I'm saying if the timeline is there, but not all the events are, are lined up. I'm
Yeah, I
saying,
never once said that the events never really happened. I've only explicitly said that It is very much. It is rooted from the comic book.
I guess what I was getting at was because the ending of the movie and the ending of the comic book are different variations of each other. Why couldn't the show had a different, a slightly different too? Like, yes, it continues from the comics, as you said, but it could still be slightly different if both the comic and the movie were different.
You trying to look into it a little more than
no, I'm just
should be.
No, I seriously I don't know. I was just wondering because you had only watched so much of the show, so I'm thinking, well, how much do you really know? You haven't watched the whole show, so it could be slightly different. Because like the whole thing with the Rorschach mask, you're like, what the fuck? Like he's like. They're using his likeness for something bad.
Again, I can't get into that too much if you haven't seen it. I don't want to spoil it.
Okay.
I don't want to spoil it because when you're watching the show, this last episode that I just watched on Sunday, holy fuck. There was a big... Okay. Notice that when I told you that I didn't know how I felt about the show because the Rorschach character was based... like in the show, they're white supremacists and everything.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how to feel about that anymore because of this last episode.
Okay.
Like big mic drop, like holy shit, this is like wow.
Okay.
Like some shit just fucking happened, and now I'm looking at it to where I'm realizing like okay, the writers are going somewhere with this. They can turn this around. By the end of this series, maybe by the end of this season, you are going to start rooting for the Rorschach characters.
Okay.
And the reason, and it's so weird because right now in this state, in the beginning of the series, you want to fucking hate those people. Those people
right,
are
they're
not
the white supremacists.
they're not the people that you want to root for. But something just happened right now, and you got information that you might think like, oh shit, maybe this is gonna flip.
Mm-hmm. Is it just one season on there right now?
It's not even the season.
What's up there right now? How many episodes?
5 episodes.
That's it?
That's it. Mm-hmm.
How long are the episodes? Hour, probably?
Mm-hmm. Hour-long episodes. Holy fuck, though. It's so good. Holy fuck.
Cool. Are you right there?
I'm so excited. I haven't been this excited about a show in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we got 2 good shows. We got fucking Mandalorian and Watchmen right now.
Mm-hmm.
And both of them are just amazing. They're just amazing, and I'm so excited to see where this show is going to go because I can totally tell that this show is going to... It's... I'm calling it now. It's going to put Game of Thrones on the fucking wall. It's going to put Game of Thrones on the fucking wall. People are going to like this shit. I'm calling
Watchmen?
it now. Yeah. Watchmen is going to be the new Game of Thrones. It honestly, it already is. It really already is. And fuck.
All right.
And I'd just like to say right here, right now, on this Rat Talk episode, that I've been here since day one. Yeah, I caught on during the movies, but want to know what? I wasn't fucking born in the 1950s. Or, wait, when did that comic book come out?
I can look it up right now.
Yeah, look it up right now. But I wasn't born when the fucking comic book came out, so I'm sorry I got into it.
I think
and
this
the
is
one
70s.
thing that sounds about right. No, because it was during the Cold War. It had facts about the Cold War and everything.
Do you think it would say on the book that you own?
Maybe, yeah. It would.
87, I think, is what it
Sounds
says.
about right.
86 to 87 is when it was published.
Mm-hmm. There you go. So yeah, I wasn't born in 86.
Nope. You weren't born till 93.
And the movie came out in 2009, so I'm sorry I wasn't reading comic books when I was a wee lad.
Dude.
A wee lad, baby. But yeah, I fucking love that shit. I love The Watchmen, and it was a beautiful movie. It is a great comic book, and this show is seriously carrying on the torch. I'm so excited to see more episodes. I'm so excited to hear and to learn about our characters that we already know and love. Like, okay, so exactly, like, Rorschach's dead. He is dead, but what he died and what he represented when he died, you want to be carried on. But the way the show is going, it's not happening. And you just feel like, fuck.
Uh-huh. I wonder if anybody will uphold that.
It's awesome. I love it. It is so good.
Yeah. So essentially, they're probably taking shit from the book and they're misconstruing it, or they're like fucking with his words and shit and making.
You know what? I can't tell because as I'm watching the show too, they are paying so much. There's so many Easter eggs. There was big, huge homages. Homages? Is that what I guess? Homage. Homages. Is that the plural?
Homages.
An oh my.
Oh my, plural of
and
oh my.
Yeah, plural of homages is oh my. But there, like I said, there's just so many references and Easter eggs and shit to the comic books, to the exact comic books, and the way that, oh man. So I can't tell. I can't tell if they're, just like, we're just gonna do our own, our own thing, or if they're like, yeah, we're gonna do our own thing, but we're gonna follow a certain guideline and a certain standard of this fucking story.
The plural of homage is still homage.
Homage. Omelette du homage.
Omelette du fromage.
Ah.
It could also be homages. Well, various types of homages. Homage?
But you know what? I'm glad that you're into it now. I'm glad that I have something now that I can share with you that is mine after I've ridden your fairy tale drag race.
Whatever.
And
it's difficult for me.
Bullshit.
I guess, okay, so when I was watching the movie, I thought the movie was excellent, but there were so many parts where I was like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Like, it's kind of hard to watch at points. Like, it's good. Like, that's why it's such a weird sort of movie, and it's interesting because some of the parts...
See, I think that's how you know you have a good movie on your hands, though. When you watch someone that's like, no, I don't really prefer that, but at the end of the movie, they can still say... Fuck, that was really good.
Yeah. Like the comedian, his whole character.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. I wanted to hate him, but he was like, he was a fucking
not a fucking good dude.
And that's because what's his name?
Dude. Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Incredible. Mm-hmm. He does. I think it's
nails
strange.
it. He fucking nails it.
Where is he from? He's from like the UK or something like that.
No.
He's English.
No, he's American.
No?
He's like, yes? Jeffrey Dean Morgan?
Yeah, I thought he was English.
No. Andrew Lincoln.
I know.
Is British, but no, Jeffrey Dean Morgan's not British. He's not from the UK.
No,
he might be Scottish.
Okay, American actor, I guess. Huh.
Yeah, it might be of Scottish descent, but I don't think he's
I thought he
British.
was.
No.
Oh. Well, he's really awesome. Like he does really, really well at playing characters that you want to hate, but they're just so fucking they're fucking badass.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. But he did, yeah. I really enjoyed his performance because I wanted to.
That was okay. So I saw that movie 2009.
Mm-hmm.
That was my first introduction to who Jeffrey Dean Morgan was.
Mm-hmm. And then he comes back as Negan in the comic.
Dude, that fucking made me so hard. I couldn't I was so excited for
Your
that.
penis could only be so erect.
It could only be so erect, but then of course The Walking Dead sucks. So
yeah. I wonder what's going on with it now. I
don't give a shit anymore.
I kind of just want to peek my head in, just like, anymore. Oh, tell me who's dead, who's still around.
Nah.
Who came back that we thought was dead?
Maggie's gone. Maggie's not even there. They don't even know where the fuck Maggie is. She just disappeared.
They'll probably bring her back for the series finale.
Yeah,
or
of course. No, that's exactly
that's
what
why they're holding her.
Or they're gonna make a spin-off. They're gonna be like, oh, this is the Maggie Hill story.
Yeah, we don't need that.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
Well, they're already doing that with fucking
dude.
Rick.
They needed to kill off.
Oh, spoiler again! I found out that Rick dies in the comic book.
Oh,
Yeah. Fucked up. I'm so pissed off. There's the Compendium 4. Okay, so you know how I have the Walking Dead comics?
Yeah.
I have all 3.
Yeah.
Well, the fourth and final one of that version
Isn't out yet.
No, it is.
Oh.
Yes, it just came out.
Oh.
And somebody fucking spoiled it.
What an asshole.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
Fucking dicks.
Sucks. Yeah.
I'm sorry, baby.
So I know Rick dies in the comic book, and they weren't even fucking men enough or had the balls enough to kill him in the goddamn show.
No.
I fucking hate that show. I hate the show. I love the comics. I still want to read them.
Yeah.
I still want to figure out how. But yeah, that show.
I feel like I can't get
that show does not carry the weight that it did in the first 3 seasons.
Yeah, I feel you. I like, how everyone was saying there's all these shirts for a while. If Daryl dies, we riot, right?
Yeah, they should. Yeah,
they should have. It would have gotten people talking about it. I feel like the show kind of.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really all the knowledge I have of the show. I know a few of the characters because I remember when you were really into it, I would kind of watch it, but I would also be like, it'd get my anxiety too high.
Yeah, that was when it was good.
Yeah. Oh well.
Well, you can watch it now
because it's boring.
Yeah, because it's boring as fuck.
Lame. I just remember at one point we were watching it, every other episode somebody would die. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Super sad. But no, they just should have killed off Daryl.
But anyway.
Sports. Go team, yeah.
All right, we're already out of time anyway, so let's just get this fucking through. I haven't done a sports update in a while, so I just want to remind everybody of where we stand as LA strong motherfucker. Nah, I'm just kidding. I don't really give that much of a shit. But yeah, let's get into I don't know. I haven't even done a sports update since the end of the World Series. Since the World Series ended. So if you didn't know, now you know.
If you don't know, now
Washington,
you know.
Now Washington Nationals, they beat the Houston Astros, which evidently were fucking cheating this entire time.
How?
You haven't heard the story?
No, I haven't heard that part. They were cheating?
Yeah. Yes, they were.
The Astros were, you mean?
Yes, the the Houston Astros
Yeah.
have been cheating for the last 3 years, apparently. Evidence of them scouting baseball signals, the the third base signals and the coaching signals and everything,
Yeah.
memorizing them to each team, and then having a monitor and matching them up. So that way, when every single pitch, every time there were signs or anything, and so basically they knew Clayton Kershaw's pitches before they came up.
They saw the signals and what they were going to give.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, those bastards.
Yeah, and like fielding positions and everything and like all that. So yeah.
So for the last 3 years?
I think so. I think that's what it's been.
So last year when they beat the Dodgers in the World Series?
Yes.
And this year?
Yes.
BRB, I'm about to go on a murderous spree of all fucking Astros fans right now. Oh my God, I didn't know about this.
There's a conspiracy right now that the Houston Astros have been cheating for the last 3 years.
Dude.
But so basically calling signals before they as they give them and everything. So they knew what was coming and everything.
Them.
Yeah, go ahead and look it up. Yeah,
no, I don't not believe you. I'm just like, I'm fucking.
Well, no, go look it up because I haven't really looked into it because I'm just like, you know what, the fucking seasons are over. They didn't win this year. Fucking, we can't change the World Series results of the year before, but.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness.
But here we are with my Los Angeles Kings. The Kings, baby, they've been doing all right, but they haven't been doing too great, but they've been doing good enough. They're right now sitting at a record of 8-12, which is good in my book. It's okay. They can still catch up. Plenty of hockey to be played left in the season. Right now, they're actually in a game currently against the Oilers, the Edmonton Oilers, and winning. They're leading that game right now 3-1. So let's hope for the best for my fucking Los Angeles Kings, baby. All right, now we got the Lakers, who have been fucking dominating this season in basketball. They are leading the series right now. 12 wins, 2 losses. The first being against the Clippers, and the second being against Fuck, I can't remember who they lost against, but it wasn't. It was time. Like they had been on like a 6-game
You
winning
said
streak.
the Lakers won.
Yeah, they're 12-2 right now.
Oh, so in the 2 games they lost.
Yeah, in the 2 games they only lost 2 games. First one was against the Clippers at the beginning of the season. I can't remember who the second one was.
The Nets.
Maybe I don't know. Like I said, I can't remember. And then of course our Los Angeles Rams. The football season is getting closer to the end, so we're trying to. Pretty much the wins from here on out are going to be the big ones that decide whether or not we're going to get into the playoffs. But right now, our Rams are 3rd in the NFC West. They got a record of... Wait, where did they fucking go? I just had them
said the Clippers and...
6-4. Rams are 6-4 right now.
Raptors?
Toronto? Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. I don't know how to read these sports things, but I think that's what it is.
The people that are highlighted won.
Yes, no, I got that. I think
they made it real simple for people that don't know sports.
No, okay, but
the people that are highlighted, they won.
But then I was realizing preseason doesn't count in what people are counting.
No.
Right, that's what I was trying to make sense of.
Yes.
Yes, because I was like Nets, but then I realized preseason, and that doesn't make sense. That's what I was trying to make sense of. Okay, I'm trying. Leave me alone.
E for effort. But yeah, that's where LA stands. I'll have a better sports update for you guys next week when I could actually record shit and not record shit, but just do my research, be caught up with the games. I've been watching them, and let's go LA.
Let's go Doyers.
Anything you want to add before we call it, baby?
Fuck the Astros. Go Sports. I love you. I was going to ask you a question.
I'm talking about the end of the show, not the end of the segment. We're going to end the show right now. The show's over.
I know,
Let's get
I
the
know.
fuck out of here.
I know, that's basically it. Fuck the Astros. Love you. Go Sports. Yeah, this was fun.
Well, thank you, everybody that tuned in. I thank you, everybody that is staying with us to tune out. We love you all. This has been another episode of Rat Talk. Be sure to catch us next week right here on Facebook Live. And just to remind everybody, we're on fucking Spotify, guys.
Yeah,
we're on Spotify, so you can actually catch up on episodes there. I am going to go back and edit a lot of the titles and give the information and everything now that we're on an actual streaming outlet. So well, not to say that SoundCloud wasn't a streaming outlet, but we're not rappers, so we're not getting famous on SoundCloud, all right?
Something a little more clear and concise and organized for Spotify's sake.
Yeah, so we're going to clean up our act. You clean up your face.
There you go.
We're going to take it on some human extinction. The human extinction is actually just giving us a date of some stuff that they're going to do that we're going to be involved in. So
yes.
we hope to have them back soon and to give you guys another interview of what's going on. But let's take it out on some human extinction.
I wanted to remember that Watchmen quote. That was the human extinction. Oh, I should have just written it down. But human extinction is mentioned in Watchmen. I was going to try to tie the two together.
They do say the words human extinction.
Yeah, and then like an awesome fight scene starts.
Yes.
Whatever. Okay, bye.
Oh, wait, what?
You broke it.
Wait. I thought...
What? What'd you do?
Yeah, that was the human extinction. They covered My Own Worst Enemy.
I know.
By Lit.
Yeah.
Fucking good. Love it. I saw that and I was like, no way. But now this is here we go. This is some real human extinction right here.
With my clothes on.
We played this when they released the music video and everything. But
the window.
Can you let me fucking introduce a goddamn song? God. Go ahead and keep singing. Go ahead, finish it.
And you're gone.
All right, there you go. This is Martial Law, the newest music video that they released, all official and shit. We're going to take it on that. Thank you, everybody that's tuning in. Thank you, everybody that's tuning out. We love you all. See you next week.